The purpose of this video is to teach you how to do step 1 of the research citation guide. Step 1 is going to teach you how to do in-text citations, which are also known as parenthetical citations. They look like this, coming right after you've given a paraphrase or a direct quote. You must include an in-text citation for any information that you include in your essay that you originally read in a source. It doesn't matter whether you've paraphrased that information, put it in your own words, or if you've quoted it directly. Everything that you didn't know before you wrote this research paper has to be cited in order for you not to commit plagiarism. Here are the two formats that will be most familiar to you. Number 1 is probably going to be the most commonly used for an online source. You can use the author's last name in the parentheses right after your cited online quote or paraphrase, or if that's not available, you can use the first words that appear in the works cited entry. So the first words of the title of whatever it is you're quoting. I'm going to show you an example of what that looks like. So I've got my research paper here. You're going to want to have your research paper and your group research document open, so take a moment to get that up. You need your research paper and your group document, group research document. Once you've got that, you're going to want to go through your research paper. I'm going through reading this, and I'm seeing a quote here. I know that I need to give credit to this quote, so I'm going to go back and look at my group research document. And it says in section 1 here, I've pulled the quote right here from my section 1. If you believe you're safe, you're in danger. And I've also got the website there. And this is what I've pulled. This is where I've taken that quote from this piece of writing. I've got the author right here, and it is an online source, but I've actually got an author. So I've got the author's last name, and that's what's going to go right after my quote, because I've got the author's last name available. I've got the quote. McGee is going to go in parentheses. The period's going to go right outside. I've got another sentence. And I know that I've paraphrased this coming from the same source, and I remember that. I'm going to go back to my group research document. This was the original quote, and I paraphrased it, or I put it into my own words here. So I want to give that credit also to the same person. I've got my first two in-text citations. So I'm done with my first section. Now I'm going to look here at my second section. I'm going to look for what I need to cite. Okay, and I'm seeing I've got another quote here. I'm going to make sure the parenthesis starts. Looking here in section 2, and it came from this website. I'm going to click back on that. And I'm not seeing an author here. So I'm just going to have to use the first few words of the title. So I'm just going to shorten it to a timeline, just taking that title right here. That's going to be my citation for this quote right here. I'm also seeing a number here, so I'm going to make sure that I cite this as well. And I think this also, I know this also came from my source here. Whenever there's a number, whenever you're giving some sort of statistics, you're definitely going to want to give credit to where credit is due. This is how you do the first type of citation, your in-text citations. If you've got a printed source and you're getting a quote from a piece of writing that's printed, you're going to want to include the page number. That's it.